Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2, A Legacy of the Void. Today for your Sunday, it is one heck of a PvZ featuring Serral and Classic here on Incorporeal. Top left, it is Serral. Bottom right, it is Classic. Gonna be a 15 hatch here from Serral, as he is wont to do these days. And let's go ahead and see what Classic's opening is gonna be here. It's going to be fairly standard. He is a late game Protoss. He is super scary in the late game, man. He gets every single piece of the puzzle that he needs to defeat late game Zerg players, man. Like motherships, carriers, Void Rays, High Templar, Archons, Immortals, Zealots. It's just a lot of pieces there, and he is super adept at getting them. So look at this. Oh, maybe it's, yeah, 15 hatch and then a drone spawned here. So 15 hatch here from Serral. Probe scouting here. He knows it's going to be a 15 hatch. He knows he can't block the hatch on this map. So no sense in trying. What do we got, friends? Probe scouting in. See what's going on. Great. Anyway, happy Sunday, all. Hope you're having a good one. Quick plug for my social media platform that I've got out on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I don't really care. It's just a platform where I like to look at sports stuff and StarCraft stuff. Those are the two things I use the platform for. It's going to be football, it's going to be basketball, and it's going to be StarCraft. So I'm following a bunch of creators in those zones. It's a good time. I'm out there too. I'm posting StarCraft 2 stuff every single day. It's just clips, right? 30-second to 60-second clips of stuff that I posted that day. Maybe something from a couple months ago that I thought was really interesting that I didn't get around to posting when it posted on YouTube. So check me out at twitter.com or x.com/FalconPaladin. Good place to be if you want some StarCraft in your social media scrolling. All right, friends, what do we got, man? Well, what we got is nothing crazy, right? We're expanding after the gate. We got a Cyber Core. We got a second Pylon and a second gas, and it's gonna be a Stargate. I don't see anything else that Classic would want to do here. And now, look, he doesn't have to. He can go into a Twilight. He can open with whatever he wants to open with. But basically, because it's Classic, means it's going to be a Stargate, and there it is. So again, one crazy Hackabut's probably going to get an epic tag here today, PvZ. I have not watched this. I do not know what happens in this game. I do not know who wins. But based on the length and the size of the replay file, I was like, what? How is it this big? My StarCraft 2's had this problem for years now, where in the replay interface inside the game, right, where you go to the replays and it pulls up the list of replays, it used to show the length of the replays. The third base comes in from Serral about 2:45. It used to show the time of the replays. It doesn't anymore for me. I don't know what it is. I've completely uninstalled. I've reinstalled. I've uninstalled, deleted every temp file I could find, and from the list that StarCraft sends out, Blizzard sends out, being like, here's how you completely remove StarCraft from your computer. And it just, I can't get times to show up. So I basically have to determine how long the games are based on based on how big the files are. It generally correlates. The more stuff that happens in a replay, the bigger it is. So like a jam-packed 5-minute professional replay is maybe bigger than like a 20-minute lower level replay where not much happens between two bronze players, for example. It's kind of weird that way. Anywho, creep spreading, looking fantastic. Serral, what's he going to do? He's going to get anti-air. Great call, sir. Got an Oracle swinging across the map. We got an Adept here, too. It's the sound of my ice water. A little bit low on the water, kind of high on the ice right now. And, ooh, gets a drone. Gets a drone. There we go. Third Nexus from Classic, defending it with a single Adept, and if some Lings show up, maybe another couple Adepts can shade over there and assist. There is a second Oracle, but we're out here trying to, ooh, snipe a creep tumor. Nice snipe. Nice snipe. Lings getting away, Queens being pulled in to defend their boys. That's what we're talking about here. This is all we want. All we want in a game of StarCraft. Twilight Council, yes, but after Stargate, we've got 2 Oracles, not a third one. Seems to be coming here. So everything's fine, all right? We got Adepts moving out. Just going to do a little bit of pressure here. I don't think this is going to be resonating Glaive Adepts on 3 bases, but sometimes it is. Sometimes it be. So let's curiously keep an eye on what's going on here. Adepts into the third base, maybe. Nope, they don't finish that shade. If you've got oracles with your adepts, they can help burn the lings down very quickly if it's just lings. If they were queens, it gets dicier, obviously. Revelation helps take down a creep tumor. That's a big one. That's not a finished shade either. Nope, too many speedlings. Too many queens. Oh, another creep tumor snipe. Another revelation. Another creep tumor snipe. Rock on, Classic. Keep that creep back as much as you can for as long as you can. Lings check to make sure there's not a fourth base coming in. Do they know about this? Yes. Because the Overlord's in a great spot. Here on Incorporeal, this is a great Overlord perching spot, man. Look at this. You can see the gases at the second base. You can see the presence of a third base, the timing on that. Whatever the enemy might be doing. Oh, it is Resonating Glaives. All right, cool. So it's a Dawn of Resonating Glaives, which these Lings did see on the move out. So roaches are in production. Probes forced to defend for themselves. There are no adepts or oracles to help them. 3 probes die, but they defend more probes from dying with their own little zappity zaps. There you go. Good job, guys. And Resonating Glaives finishes, and bam. Oh, it's the wall. It's the Evolution Chamber wall, but he kills it with 1 volley of his adepts. Let's go. Sniping down. Woo, shading into the main base. Trying to kill as much as we can here. Maybe trying to kill an entire spore so the oracles get a little bit more done. Stasis does go down and traps 4 roaches. No, kind of restricting access to the main base a little bit here. Queens do manage to get in. 15 drones have died. This is looking really disastrous all of a sudden for our Zerg player. There are roaches in the natural base for these guys. There are lings and roaches at the third base for these guys. 17 drones have gone down. This is looking disastrous. Disastrous. But then there's the recall out. So what? 17 drones killed, 14 adepts killed. Maybe that was enough. Maybe enough damage was done on the other side of it here. Serral killing that many adepts. Slowing it down, man. What do we got? Gate. We got another Oracle on the way to replace one that died. Revelation is going to be a good ability for, you know, spotting creep tumors, as we've seen already, and for scouting. Baneling Nest on the way. Lair already done. Roach Speed coming up. And Classic got to be thinking about getting a fourth base here pretty soon, as the Zerg player's fourth base is done and has been done for a minute here. Adepts shading and finishing their shade because they can one volley down a drone and their attack speed is very fast. So that's 3 drones down very quickly. But then the roaches and the queens mean they die. Yeah, not even close, guys. You're not escaping that position at all. Lings just kind of poking around this side of the map trying to see what's going on. I think they've come in here and seen there isn't actually a fourth base here, strangely enough. So Storm's coming in. That's one piece of the puzzle. Let's keep an eye on the pieces of the puzzle that Classic is going to have to make here in order to defeat Serral and make it, again, very hard for Serral. It's not like you make the pieces of the puzzle and then it's like, well, you know, if the Zerg player screws up, then you can maybe win. But no, it is very hard for Zerg players to handle it. That particular composition. There's so much splash damage. There's so much damage to armored against those corruptors. The splash, the archons, even things like time warp by the mothership can be very, very helpful. Yeah. Warp Prism is on the way. There's that fourth base from Classic. We got a bunch of Stalkers. Stalkers are kind of more of a mid-game thing. Not really super part of the end-game composition. But they're less gas than Archons are. You want a ton of Archons here at the end game. But Stalkers are cheaper. They're more mobile. They're more for harassing. Less for, you know, direct engagements with late-game Zerg-style armies, you know. Stalkers heading up the right side. Revelation on these creep tumors would be nice. There you go. Revolution on the tumors. 2 of them go down. Stasis on a couple lings. That's acceptable loss by Serral there. That's exactly what he wanted. He's not making an OBS. Blink Stalkers and Psy Storm. Banelings decent against these Stalkers, obviously, because they clump. Roach Flank on the other side of it. High Templar morphing in Archons in the middle of the battle. That's not going to work out for them at all. And wow, Serral had way more stuff there than Classic thought that he did. He falls fully back. And Serral falls back to the creep as well, saying, yeah, that's right. Don't you come to my neighborhood ever again, fool. So what a Sunday cast for you already. That was the intent, man. The intent was to get up there and maybe snipe a base or two, but he didn't get close to a base, not let alone two. New base coming up right side, already done from Serral. Coming on the line, we got Lurker Den on the way. Adrenal's coming in. Good man. Not forgetting Adrenal with his hive already done here at 10 minutes. Serral has been listening to Falcon casts and knows that Falcon hates it when Zerg players forget about Adrenal, and he has done what he needs to do. As my former coworkers would say, he has done the needful. Now, okay, taking it down. Corrosive Bile, not hitting anything. Revelation. 2 kills on that Oracle's okay, I guess. Warp Prism, trying to get stuff done over here, but it looks like it's taking a lot of damage. Queens causing issues for it. Spores causing issues for it. This is very good play by Serral, man. He's maxed out. He's got Roach, Ravager, Ling, Bane, and Hydra right now. He's going for upgrades for Hydras. He's going to get the upgrades for the Lurkers, the Seismic Spines first, and then the Adaptive Talons for the Burrow. Fleet Beacon getting fired up from Classic. Piece of the pie. Piece of the puzzle. Yeah, Zealots against Adrenalings and Banes are just kind of bad. Which is why I didn't say Zealots are part of that super late game puzzle. Lings trying to kill an Archon. Yeah, they get an Archon before they get cleaned out. Dang. It's pretty good. Classic up the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 5th base for Classic. There are 3 more bases left on the map. We can split the map in half, but obviously Serral doesn't want to do that. Yeah, Seismic Spines, Adrenal finishing, bam, now, excellent. The Lings are going to be 80% more effective than they were previously. And by 80% more effective, I mean not actually that much more effective. 40%? 40% increase in attack speed, but it feels like a lot more. We got a Mothership. We've got Tempests coming out. Tempests are a good thing. Storming your own Zealots because they're surrounded by Lings to help them escape. Good times, man. Roaches sniping down a cannon. This one Immortal here doing a lot of work. Stalker's also doing bonus damage against these Roaches. These are YOLO Roaches, man. We've got Lings and Banes and Ravagers here at the 5th base. Excellent distraction here by these Roaches, man. They get surrounded and executed. But, yeah, these Cracklings, yeah, absolutely. Nexus floored. That was massive. Warp Prism gets a cancel on a hatch or a kill on a hatch over here. Left side, 6th base attempt for Serral. You do have to kind of escort your expansions, man. Overseer up here. Maybe going to set up for a Nidus, but not if the Tempests are keeping an eye on you. That's not going to happen. Tectonic Destabilizers coming in for those Tempests. Bonus damage versus buildings, which if there's going to be a Spore Forest in this game, which I would be shocked if we don't get a Spore Forest in this game, like how this has gone so far. Yeah, Lurkers burrow in, create a no-go zone there. Look at that spinage. Look at the distance on those spines, too. They're in range of the Nexus. I think they might be able to kill it. High Templar dead. Mothership, you know, Tempest, not bad against Mass Lurker counterattacking. Classic says, I don't want to deal with a Mass Lurker. Let's go somewhere else. And I can't disagree with him on that. There are certain things you just don't want to have to engage with in StarCraft. And then the time it's countering. Time for countering is what I say. He's going to go after this top right base. We got Zealots running their way into the 4th base, but also there's a couple spines there and some cracklings. And, you know, it takes a couple storms to kill Lurkers. Nice transfuses there up the top right. The Spines putting in work. Static defense, Zerg players. Look at how much work these Spines are doing and helping to keep stuff alive. I mean, it's going to die anyway, because the rest of the army is not all that distracted. But, yo, 18 drones down and a hatch. Duh. Disappointing. Disappointing for Serral. Can't be happy about that. Down 198 to 162 supply. On the other side of it, Lings jump into a base, force a recall down there. And then fall back. They are Lings. They are Lings with a +2 attack and a +1 armor, and no further upgrades coming. A +3 on those Lings would be nice. But, you know, we got Adrenal. Beggars can't be choosers at this stage of the game. Corruptors being added in. Now, Corruptors against Tempest and Motherships win. However, Corruptors, if they're getting hit by Psystorm or Archons, not as much win, as it turns out. Oh, Psystorm, once again, just doesn't kill the Lurkers like it used to. In Brood War, guys. 2 storms to kill a Lurker in Brood War. It's like 5 for the Lurkers now. Creep Tumors killed today. Seems like it's a lot. I don't know if they're going to track that for us, but my goodness, it's a lot of dead Creep Tumors. Yeah, Lurker setup is real nice there. Popping the cloaking field and a time warp. And trying to kill these lurks from above with, again, the Tempest and the Mothership. Mothership gets sniped by the Corruptors, though. Corruptor gets sniped by everything here, though. I guess not the Immortals necessarily. He has Tectonic Destabilizers. There you go. Yeah, the orange shots show up when you attack a building. Very good. Top right. Zealot try to handle this, but no. Remember I said about Cracklings and Banelings? Zealots die. They get eaten by that. It's some brutal stuff, man. Yeah, look at the Tempest range here, dude. Man. Yeah, trying to snipe down a couple of these Tempests. They get one, but they lose a couple Corruptors in the process. Hatch down, though. What do I say about defeating Serral and Raynor and Rogue and Dark? You got to kill 10 hatches, man. It's usually for Terran. Somehow Protoss doesn't necessarily have to do that. But getting 10 kills, it's a good metric to try to hit. Classic expanding down, bottom left. Income looking pretty even, which is, guess what? Not where Classic wants, or not where Serral wants to be. Definitely where Classic wants to be. That army just kind of taking a leisurely afternoon stroll across the middle of the map here. Lurkers, again, kind of no-go zones wherever they happen to burrow. It's super annoying. But if you have enough Immortals, you can kind of just walk into it and go... Or, like, Carriers are super good at killing Lurkers because, you know, Carriers shoot down from the ops. So bottom left base by Classic looking good. One base remains. It used to have a hatchery at it. It doesn't anymore. Blinking in, storming in, fungling in, catching a fungal there. Corruptors coming in from all sides. He goes Parasitic Bomb, forces a recall on the Tempests. Everybody gets out. The Obs didn't get the memo to recall and got sniped. And that is a dominating win in that engagement for Serral. The fungals, the Parasitic Bombs. Everything was right on the money there. But the army's back with a high ground position. Serral trying to counter into this spot and say, hey, what if, you know, what if all your Zealots died? Because we've got a bunch of fully upgraded, +2 upgraded Lurkers over here. A Greater Spire coming in. Going to be for those Broods, for damn Brood Lords. And, I mean, how fast are we mining this map out, folks? Incorporeal is not a giant map. It is not the kind of map where you can take 8 bases apiece and there's still a couple extra ones running around. This Zealots, no. Cracklings plus Lurkers, Cracklings plus Banelings, Cracklings plus Roaches plus Ravagers plus Hydras, Cracklings plus anything are just kind of the death of the Zealots. They have to know that. Okay, Serral taking the final base on the map, but again, splitting the map in half against Classic is death. Death, death, death. Aha, remember when I said Nidus? Remember when I also said Tectonic Destabilizers? And the Overseer gets killed just for good measure. I guess there are these bases, huh? I guess I forgot about these bases kind of in the middle that are very hard to hold, that are very vulnerable to attack from the other side of the map. I like this Nidus, but I love that warp-in time. The response time there was killer. Ling, Lurker, on... Uh-oh. Is he giving up on this base? He's giving up on this base. This DT just enough to handle a Nidus before it pops. Insane game knowledge and sense there from Classic. Nexus down. Okay, so Falcon forgot about these center bases. Maybe, you know, Serral and Classic forgot about these center bases too because they haven't tried to take them either, in all fairness. What? Are we just trading out. Yeah, we're going to trade out another hatch here. Doesn't take that many volleys from that many Tempest to kill them. Fungal, chain fungling down the Tempest and then killing it. You killed one Tempest and lost an entire hatchery. Okay, Oracle died too. That's good. Cracklings fighting in. Not quite in the numbers you want to see when you're dealing with charge lots. And they weren't really, they were not supported by anything else either. So what a... Got a Nidus up over here. That's kind of fun. And Serral retaking this left side, 9 o'clock. Or no one's even tried to take these center bases in 20 minutes. Seriously, not even an attempt. I love having a DT back here, just watching for Niduses. A DT back here would do wonders as well. Broodlords being added in. They're kind of hit or miss. Here they will absolutely eat up the Archons and the Immortals. The thing is, they die to the Tempest so bad. Because they're massive, they take bonus damage from the Tempests. Just like, you know, battle cruisers and carriers do. And motherships. And another canceled hatch. No, that's actually killed. That was killed. This Nexus looks like it's going to die. What an absolute bloodbath of a game this has been. We're only 21 minutes into this thing. Nobody's close to dead. We're kind of losing bases here and there, left and right. But, you know, it's not the end of the world is what it's not. Still, no one tries to take the center bases. Not even a thought. I think either of these players are like, you know, I could take this base. The problem with these bases is obviously there's no gas here. Like, why would you take a base with no gas in late game PvZ? Like, you're going to make 800 Zerglings and 800 Zealots? Like, no, right? You're not going to spend that much on either of those things. But I guess if you're desperate in need of minerals and you already have a bunch of gas, it's not a bad one to go for. Carriers are finally being added to the comp. I mean, as far as late game units go, carriers kind of suck. Because if you don't have a big mineral bank, because say you've mined out all your bases, for example, it costs money to replace those interceptors, and what do you not have if you're mined out? Money. Not a lot of it, anyway. This base, for like the 4th time, I think, Serral's trying to take that thing. Zergling making sure, burrowed Zergling no less, making sure that Classic can't retake that base, at least not without an Observer's help, or a Revelation from the 2 Oracles that are assisting and supporting the main army here. We got the Protoss Armada. We have the Protoss Ground Forces. Here we go. This is where he's going to find out. I love the aggression of those creep tumors. All right, there you go. Sniping the link, throwing it down. Stasis coming up. There will be a response of some kind. Broodlord's ready to go here. Broodlord's ready to go. By that I mean, they're not ready to engage with anything. They're heading this way. Small Ling Lurker group. Yeah, Psystorm Cannon Shield Battery is going to do okay in that situation. The army comes down and says, hey, you don't get to be down here. You get out now. Still, nobody taken these bases. Maybe they don't even count. Maybe the players are like, not worth. Never worth. Wish we had how many creep tumors have died in this game, because I swear it's probably 100 already. Classic's done a really good job of keeping this creep back as much as he can against somebody as good as Serral is, but look at it. Not in the middle of the map. It's not really pushing on any of these bases on the edges of Classic's territory. There's just not. Another Nidus attempt. Guess what? Tempests are pretty good at this. Should we take a bet? I'm going to bet in this game that, yes, somebody will take one of these bases. Somebody will. Just because of how long it is. But other than that, like, you really have to be desperate to come to these bases. It's like Loki in the MCU that one time. Like, he was real desperate to come to me. Yes, Loki, I suppose they were. I don't actually remember the context of that quote. When are they going to Loki for help with something? Is it in Ragnarok? Oh, is it in Ragnarok? It might be in Ragnarok. Hatch down, man down. The burrow drones aren't immediately gonna die. Shoop. God, recall is such a good spell. The concept of warping in. Serral is taking this base. Warping in and recalling. Two of Protos's best abilities. Top 5? Top 5 capabilities? I mean, like, Psystorm's pretty good. Chrono Boost is really good. Oh, there we go. Serral, Class is going to win this game if we split the map in half. That's how this works. That's how this works. 34,000 to 31,000 resources lost. Classics actually lost more. Hold on. Neural Parasite on a couple of the Tempests. A Tempest and a High Templar. Both of them die after their duration is over here. Oh, Broodlord, absolutely murdered. There's a rock tower here. What happens if you attack this? Does it? I bet it blocks off this ramp, but like there's another ramp right over here. What's the point? I don't know. So this is tricky. If Serral, ooh, forces a cancel. Oh, kills it. Kills the Nexus. If Serral can actually be more cost efficient than Classic in this game, then being split in half on this map is actually okay with him. This is not how this is supposed to work. How has Serral been so cost efficient in this game? Because he's Serral, that's how. Psystorm, shield battery. Trying to kill those cannons. I forget shield battery. Good. Too good. Too good, says Serral. Way too good. A shield upgrade coming in from Classic. Shield's level 3, mind you. That's how late game we are right now. Fungal snipe. Yeah, and then you surround the Archons with Broodlings, and they go, and they try to escape, and they can't because they're dead. I don't even know what that was. A handful of lings? So wipe, swipe, swipe, swipe. Broodlords unsupported! Going after this bottom left-hand base. Not enough Psystorm into the bank to kill them all. I mean, it's 3 Psystorms. Actually, might be okay. I'm not sure why he's not going for that. It's like, it's bait. The Broodlords are unsupported. Come kill them, and then I will kill you. And Classic's like, I'm not going to fall for that trap. Center base, right side, Classic. Center base, left side, Serral. Mining, 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 mining. Mining out so many other places today. Psystorm on Lings. Man, you do not care if you have all of your upgrades. You don't have any upgrades that help you survive against Storm. Imagine an upgrade for Zerglings that help them survive against Storm somehow. Like doubling their HP. Would that actually help? No. You'd have to like triple their HP. Maybe we're getting a little bit too crazy with this idea now. Yeah. Army shows up, everybody retreats, maybe a counterattack. Serral comes over this way. Yeah, look at this. Classic, 37,000 resources lost. Serral, 35. Holy crap. Oh! Crackling's in, but there's an Archon with a cannon supporting it. It's actually pretty good. Oh, burrowing Lings. Regain that HP. I mean, you don't. They're not roaches. You don't regain it quickly like roaches do, but you regain it on some level. Lurkers come in, and the army responds again. The Corruptors flank attack. The Psystorm gets tossed down. The Carriers show up, and the Lurkers retreat once more. So, we're trying. We're definitely trying here. Just no one can quite close it out at this point in the game. Classic mined out here, effectively mined out there, effectively mined out here. This game goes as long as I think it might. This might turn into a situation where he resaturates these minerals and these ones just to get what he can. Just to get what he can. Abducting an Oracle is always worth the energy for an abduct on an Oracle. Always is. Plus you have consume anyway, so who cares about energy if you're a Viper? One of the more overpowered things in the game. I like to point out, there are overpowered things in StarCraft. It doesn't, I'm not saying overpowered in the sense that it means that it's a win button if you use this, because Protoss have won the last 2 GSLs, and Clem won the last EWC, and it's not like Zergs have been in this unbroken stem of dominance in all professional tournaments solely because Consume exists. That would be a dumb thing to say. This right side base in a lot of trouble. Classic not defending it, actually. Trying to kill as many Broodlords as he can. Dude, this base is just going to die. It's going to slow it down. And saved it. Never mind. We were good. I thought there were enough cracklings there. I'm going to blame this on something. Let's blame this on the fact that... Oh, they do a +3 attack. Oh, no. Well, there went my theory. I'm wrong. They were +3 attack cracklings, and it wasn't enough. Fungal on a single High Templar. It lasts about 4 seconds, and then the High Templar gets out of there. A little bit worse for the wear, but not dead. Not like the old days when Fungal used to root you right in place. Look at this. Ooh, creep tumors. Delicious creep tumors. Classic can't resist creep tumors. Nom, 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 nom. Eats them all. They are delicious and nutritious in his belly. Slowly, slowly but surely mining out this entire map. The whole thing. Lurkers, again, outrange cannons when they have their upgrade. Couple High Templar get dragged into this and die to Lurkers. Ooh, okay, I was gonna, never mind. One of them does. Finally gets a storm off, too. 2 storms. To boot. To boot. Another hatchery down. Good golly, that is 6 hatcheries killed today. And I want to say at least 2 more canceled, but this thing's gonna die, too. Another Nexus killed. That's 5 Nexuses. I mean, that's nothing to shake a stick at, either. So they both end up losing their center bases. They both start... Well, it might be a little bit of time before Classic feels comfortable retaking that base, but look at this mine out he's experiencing right now. It is problematic. Psystorm cannons. How do you defend your bases against lurker attacks, everyone? Protoss players, I mean. Cannons and Psystorm and shield batteries will do fine with it. Just fine. It will hold Serral at bay. It will hold your ladder opponent at bay. I don't know. I just hear people complain about lurkers like, they're unstoppable. You can't possibly keep them from killing you. It's like, Classic's doing okay with it. It's just, you know, a couple High Templar and a couple cannons. Okay, maybe like 7 cannons. And a couple shield batteries. But still, it's worth. Man, what a Sunday game this is turning out to be. And as a reminder, go ahead and click that like, or you can tap the like, depending on where you're watching it. You know, free way to support the channel, let the algorithm know that I'm here. And if you're not subscribed, feel free to do that too. Although I feel like most of the people watching this channel anymore are subscribed. Trying to kill an almost defunct base. Like, the units you're going to lose killing this base, is it worth the resources you're keeping from the enemy? Because there's about 400 minerals on this base. All of the gas is gone. We're assimilation successfuling? Not that I can see we're not. Oh, free lurkers are free. Bad pathing. Bad pathing. Oh, that hurts. That hurts a lot. 44 to 42. Serral's managed to stay about 2,000 resources lost behind Classic this entire game. I cannot believe he's managed to do this. I have not seen a Zerg player with this level of efficiency in a PvZ at this level in such a long time. This is DreamHack Dallas we're talking about here. This isn't some ladder game they played against each other. This was DreamHack Dallas. Serral has enough money to build a hatchery here, isn't doing it for reasons I don't quite understand. Classic is retaking the only base that's worth retaking on this map. We're not going to talk about anybody. Well, maybe if this one dies. Yeah, there's like 2,000 minerals there. That's probably worth. I want someone to knock these rock towers down. Again, not that it really helps. But it would be a very, very cool. Corruptors. No. Must fall back. Broodlords. No. Ah, must fall back. Losing a Broodlord for free. Changelings don't count as resources lost because they're not resources. They are energy. It's like broodlings that die. They're not resources lost either. They're free. I love this little Ling Lurker Overseer concept. Dude, seriously, it's dead again. It's dead again. Canceled it this time. He's got 10,000 minerals and 4,500 gas in the bank. Oh, again, Broodlords and Broodlings. Getting an Archon is always really satisfying from the Zerg perspective. Lings come down, try to snipe, I don't know, a shield battery. They burrow in like there's not an observer with this army. Oh, look, there is an observer with this army, but the army fell back because this is happening. Dude, the whole army came down to deal with like 10 Zerglings, killing a defunct base, and he's going to lose this Nexus again. Massive blunder from Classic. Cannot let him do that. Oh my gosh. 7 hatcheries and 7 Nexuses. This is the most even of PvZs and the most where the Zerg players ahead PvZs I've ever seen. Serral is incredible. Okay, he lost that hatch. He canceled it again. It's not exactly, you know... He's not a god. I just said he's really good. Engage on the left side. Charging in. This is going to be another dead hatchery. Although, no. Gosh, this base is going to die again. Yeah, this is why taking these bases is not something players like to do in regular games. They're super hard to hold. Incredibly annoying to hold. Lings still burrowed down here. Like, where'd they go? Where are those Lings? Can they snipe my cybernetics core if I let them? Yes, yes they can. This base dying. Once again, there's probably enough resources to be worth saving it here. Too many cannons, dude. Just too much Psystorm. Just too much. And you're like, well, what if the enemy comes at me with 27 Lurkers, Falcon? Obviously, Storm and cannons aren't going to be enough. Well, then why aren't you making Void Rays or Carriers at that point? All they have is Lurkers. They can't shoot up. Build something that flies. You'll be fine. Falcon gives free coaching every Thursday at 6 p.m. on Reddit. He does an AMA. Oh, I have a Reddit subreddit as well. Falcon Paladin, if you want to ever check that out. If you're a Reddit user, which I don't know why anybody would admit being one. Ahem. Broodlords down the right side. Yeah, Broodlords don't care if the cannons are racking up kills on their Broodlings, because Broodlings are free. Drain the energy off of those shield batteries. So Broodlords are faster than they used to be, but still not, you know, dart in, kill something, dart out. Still got to start running well before the army shows up. Otherwise, they are going to be dead. Burrowing again. I love this burrow stuff. It heals your Lings. It makes... Yep. Got to use Revelation or bring an Observer over to kill them all. Those guys... Ooh, one of them manages to make it out. Once again, cost efficiency here. It's getting worse for Classic. It's 50,000 for him and 46,900 for Serral. Income hugely favoring Serral right now. Hatches just trying to focus down the Nexus as much as they can. The lure, no, just kidding. The army's coming over. Run! Leave the Lings. They're disposable is what they are. And they do chomp the Nexus down immediately. Okay, not exactly immediately. And then Classic says, you killed one of my Nexuses. Behold, your hatchery is now forfeit as well. So it's 8 hatches down and 9 Nexuses killed. 9. Ooh, good stasis. Another Nexus gonna die. I like it. I mean, no, it's not providing any value for Classic at all, but that's 10 Nexus is killed. When's the last time you saw a PvZ at this level of StarCraft that had 10 Nexus deaths? 10. 62 drones have died, 91 probes, 10 Nexuses, 8 hatcheries, a mothership, a partridge in a pear tree, the burrow. The burrow! Serral's winning this because he has Adrenal for his Lings and because they have burrow. That's it. That's all that matters. Nothing else he's doing here is as important as those two things. And another pylon dies. Well, they're going to die, but oh my gosh, they left this dude. Okay, go back to get him. Go back to get him, man. The long distance mining from this position just because, again, every speck of minerals, every bit of minerals counts and helps and matters in this game. Gas is hugely important. One of the big differences between Brood War and StarCraft 2 is that in Brood War, geysers still return gas. Even at a technically expired state, it's not a lot, it's a little bit, but that means that as long as you have minerals, you're going to have a ton of gas in super late game StarCraft Brood War, which is not the case now. He pops the cloaking field to save the Nexus at 39 hit points. Gosu move from Classic. Barely keeps it alive. I mean, the Broodlords are going to wander back in here and snipe it in about 10 seconds. But, you know, it was cool nevertheless. I love the Lings are just playing their own little mini base race game here. They're just totally willing to just win the game 10 Lings at a time, 1 building at a time. 1 pylon at a time, 1 Nexus at a time. Oracle's problematic. Ooh, he did a shield or an energy recharge on that Oracle to have enough energy to snipe all these Lings. I like that. And they get cleaned up because Oracle still exists, still have utility here at 42 minutes in a PvZ, and it's kind of amazing. Okay, carriers continuing to be in production. This base is dead. It's just too easy. It's just too easy to come over here and go and then come back to your side of the map. That's why maps like Bloodbath are so hilarious. Steps of War. You guys remember Steps of War? You've been around StarCraft 2 long enough to remember that map, Wings of Liberty, like one of the first ladder maps of all time, and not a good one either. Money, money, long distance mining money here. Serral's got 9,800 minerals, but he would like to have more. Thank you. As many minerals as he can mine to keep them out of the hands of the Protoss here. Why are these hiders not helping? Because they're not needed for the help. You could help defend against these oracles. Alright, well, way too much showed up. That means you can snipe this now. Dude, Serral is not on top of this. Well, maybe he is. Maybe he's on top of it enough. Nope, the army's coming in to defend. The Broodlords cannot engage unless the army goes this way, which they are. In which case, yes, it wasn't 10 seconds, but, you know. The base is dead. That base is canceled. 3 more drones have died. Nexus down. 11. I don't know the last time I saw double-digit Nexus deaths in a single game of StarCraft. This is it. This is the one. Lings, again, ready to play their own mini version of base race. It's an aside. It's a side mission that's going on here. Where the forces are these. The Broodlords, the Corruptors, a couple Hydras, Vipers especially, Infestors. These little guys are not super useful when it all comes down to it. So what they're going to do is base race all by themselves. Maybe they'll get the cybernetics core this time. That'd be nice. And they want it. They want it so bad. Why do I feel like these Lings don't have Adrenal? I bet it's because the +3 shields is done, and shields apply to buildings too, and they're just extra tanky compared to what they usually are in a regular game of StarCraft, because shields level 3 is not something you see all the time. Yeah, I think Serral's got this. He's being more cost efficient. He's got a bigger bank. Both players have about 10 total workers, so their army values are huge. 190 to 192 is so much. It's not Fist of Neeb levels quite yet, but it is getting close. Good stasis. Good stasis. Ah, one Ling survives the stasis apocalypse. Oracles, their work is done. Their work is done. Yeah. Free hiders are free. That was a mess. These guys got out of stasis. They got right out of stasis. They're going back in. Okay, Lings again, ready to kill whatever they can, whatever they need to kill. There's a DT here, but then the Overseer comes in, and the DT tries to run, but he does get sniped off, and the Lings run into the main base. Once again, the army can take down Classic's entire Nexus when this happens. The whole army came in to deal with this. They're just a little bit faster than the Broodlords, so they can recover before the Broodlords can make the run down this way. Ooh, stasis on these Infestors? Serral has to engage. He cannot just lose these Infestors for nothing. I don't know the Classic's actually intending to move in here, though. Okay, man. What are we looking at, man? Dude, son, G, cousin, yeah. Changeling, eat it. This is just getting more and more ridiculous with every passing second. 47 minutes in a PvZ? Really? Really? I knew this was long. I don't think I knew it was this long. Revelation on tumors means we can kill the tumors. What is killing drones right now? What is killing drones right now? Oh, a zealot. Holy crap. Yeah, okay. That just took out most of the drones that belong to Serral. He has 3 now. He's mostly using them to long distance mine down this left side. I'm really surprised that Classic's not long distance mining from these bases, but it's hard when there's Lings out. It's hard to babysit them enough that Lings don't show up and just kind of pick them off one by one, you know? I mean, at some point, I kind of feel like all Classic needs to do is park on this base and just defend it. He doesn't care if all this other stuff dies. He won't have enough money to take advantage of it anyway. There you go. Forward cannon dead. And there you go. Probe dead. 3 probes dead, actually. It's 2 to 7 workers now. Classic has more, but not by much. I love Serral optimistically trying to spread creep up to the top of this ramp. He might actually get the tumors down, but for how long? Fungal, neural parasite. 1 neural parasite. Nope, Infestor's dead. We got fungals on everything. Are we trying to engage now? Yes, with a parasitic bomb. The Corruptors jumping on top of these boys. The mothership goes down. The carriers are not going to make it happen against this many Corruptors, but the Archons are going on the ground here. What's killing them? The Broodlords are doing their best, but they're super tanky because of all the shield upgrades they have. The carrier's being pulled back a little bit. The Corruptor's trying to engage. They're all very injured. The Stalkers and the Archons are covering. And Serral does have to fall back from this position. He's not happy. Not a happy camper. I think he thought he had it there at 49 minutes, but resources lost. 71,000 to 67,000. He continues to be ahead, which matters. Sniped, fungled. Yeah, another fungal on these Stalkers, helping to kill them very, very quickly. Stalkers blinking under the Broodlords. Very aggressive stuff. Lings jump on those guys. Fungled and linged all over the place here. It's a madhouse here on Incorporeal. Again coming in. The Corruptors jumping on these carriers. Carrier down. It's too many Corruptors with 3 upgrades to kill them quickly enough to save your carriers. Army value is 94 to 54. The Broodlords are getting chased. The Corruptors are trying to absorb some of that punishment that'd be going there. The Spores take down a carrier. Well, the Corruptors helped immensely there as well. Falling back still. Classic is like, wait, hold on. He still needs to... he tried to remax. He's out of money. Oh my gosh, he did. He remaxed on stuff. Does he have too many Corruptors and not enough stuff that can actually shoot down and save the day against like 3 Immortals? Does he have like any lurkers available at all? To the units tab, production tab's probably not super useful right now. He doesn't have enough money to build any Broodlords. He's got 1 friggin' Broodlord. 1 Broodlord. This Queen represents something that can shoot down. It's now totally dead. Caustic Spray on the Nexus. Beautiful. Slowing down any kind of income. Any kind of passable income. No, he stopped the Caustic Spray. Why would you stop the Caustic Spray? Ground Army is it's nothing. It's 3 Queens. He abducts the High Templar out. Oh my gosh. The Storm, I think the Storm killed that High Templar. Transfusing the Broodlord as it's getting chased by a 3/3/3 Archon is insane. This Archon is the only anti-air that Classic has right now. Dude. Yep, this is an epic tagged. Holy bonkers. What is this match kind of a thing? Caustic Spray, Archon shows up. Don't even worry about the Archon, man. This Nexus needs to die, and it does. That's it. That's all he needed to do. Now the Corruptors are like, so can we Caustic Spray other bases? I mean, other buildings? Yeah, you can. It's kind of a long cooldown on Caustic Spray, though. So income for Classic is not good. He's got this 1 Archon that's got 29 kills. There's the 1 Broodlord of Serral's that has 11 kills on 177 hit points. There are no Queens remaining. What can transfuse this guy? He will regen HP just like the Archon will. In a 1v1 battle, Archons are fast. Yeah, Archons are faster than Broodlords. Oh my gosh, he's blinding Clouded to try to stay alive. The Viper is dead. The Viper is dead. Serral remaxed on too many Corruptors. And now he doesn't have anything to deal. He's using Caustic Spray on cannons and pylons right now. I mean, I can't hate him for it. It's absolutely working. He did just lose a single Corruptor because he only Caustic Sprayed once on that cannon. The important thing is this Archon. If this Archon lives, he can win this game. Because the Broodlord is the only problem. That's it. It's Broodlord versus Archon at 53 minutes. I cannot even believe how insane a game this is. I might end up posting this on the other channel just to get people to come say hello. Holy smokes. Okay, Caustic Spray cooldown appears to be up. Let's Caustic Spray some more stuff. Because it will just go until the thing dies. That's the great thing about Caustic Spray. Oh, he warped in a couple Zealots. It's not gonna... Well, alright. I mean, it helps kill buildings a little more fast. Okay. Dude, when's the last time you saw a Caustic Spray base race versus a Zealot Immortal base race? Structures. This is what's left. The cooldown on the Caustic Spray is going to help immensely. These guys don't have cooldown on their attacks. Not even close. Extractors dying. Buildings dying. Caustic Spray, number 27 coming up. You know, one Caustic Spray per building is how he has to do this. He cannot afford to multiple Caustic Spray a single building because it's not as efficient with the Caustic Spray capabilities. He's doing it on the Nexus, though, which was unfortunately a waste. Somehow Classic is getting enough money to make another Zealot. The Brood Lord. High ground. Jump. Dude. Archon down to 10 shields. No, 76 shields. And the 10 hit points that they're going to have. Caustic Spray. Classic's being revealed. But Serral's not that far from being revealed himself. Are all of his buildings here inside the main? What does he have for buildings elsewhere, Falcon? Creep tumors. Got some stuff in the natural. It's too close to call. I think Classic has it. The Brood Lord. No, the Archon's coming up back. It's coming up. No. No, the Brood Lord falls. Serral was too careless with it. No, buildings remaining, an evolution chamber, and 2 spores. This is not going to be enough. Where does he have spores? Way over here. He's pooping creep. He's got a spore. In the corner of the base. No, he sees it. He sees it. The Lings are trying to kidnap. GG. Pulls it off. In an absolutely ridiculously epic, insane PVZ. Insane PVZ. I'm just staring at it. I have no idea how we got to this point. I do know Serral made too many corruptors. That is a risk. Every Zerg player has that risk. You have a big bank, you got to remax on something, and you're like, my priority is killing these carriers. And you make 37 corruptors, and then all the carriers are dead, and the corruptors are like, oh? And then they can't do anything about the Immortals and the Zealots, and all you've got is left Brood Lord. All you got left is one Brood Lord. And the Archon killed him, and the Caustic Spray is really, really good, but the cooldown on Caustic Spray is not good. And if you're going to use it in a base race, that's the problem. If there was no cooldown on Caustic Spray, Classic loses this game. Man, if you could pick up spores in Overlord, that'd be so broken. It would have been so broken in this game, especially. Because there's nothing that, the Archon trying to chase the Overlord around, like parking the Archon out here. It would have won the game for Serral. It would have been hilarious. But no, can't be doing that. Can't be doing that. Yeah, resources lost, man. Look at this. Look at this. 88 to 86,000. Oh, Serral. He had a plan to split the map in half. He had a plan to take as much money as he could off of his half and be cost efficient. And he was for the vast majority of the game until the very end, when Classic was more cost efficient, and bam, gets the win. 91 drones died, 115 probes died, 14 nexuses, 13 hatcheries, and a hive. Every tech structure, well, except for this fleet beacon, obviously, and that Twilight Council. Most tech structures are dead. 29 queens died, 18 archons, 17 carriers. 86 zealots and a full 689 lings, all who died with the full power of Adrenal behind them. Insane. Insane. All right. Well, guess what? That's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 and a Legacy of the Void cast. Go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. One heck of a PVZ. Epic tagged indeed. You can catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, and TikTok, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.